LABTECH Innovations.
I want you to understand one thing about mathematics learning. In mathematics, the most important ingredient that you can use for while solving problems is an art of thinking. You'll have to start thinking first of all. So in order to become a good mathematician, you have to be a good thinker. And what is thinking? Thinking involves questioning, taking doubts, understanding, refusing. You have to use all mental faculties. You need not believe in what I say. Therefore, I want you to start thinking first. And I am not an answer key. You don't look at your teacher as answer key. In fact, you have to cultivate a habit of creating answers for yourself by discussing it and all that. On this online platform, unfortunately, I cannot practice all that. So I just want you to do one thing. Whenever there is a problem flashed on the board, you stop this particular video and start concentrating on solving the problem on your own. Now, if you can solve the problem on your own, then you can look at the solution. Or if you cannot solve the problems, find out where exactly you are going wrong by looking at the solution. So that method will give you a lot of thinking ability. But before solving or before seeing the solution of the problem, start thinking on your own. Correct? That is my convention. As far as answers are concerned, I am going to give you all the answers of the problems in the second exercise of straight lines. Now, this problem, first of all, these three problems are given here. They are like, reduce the following equations into slope-intercept form and find their slopes and the y-intercepts, So, I want you to remind you that y is equal to mx plus c. This is called slope-intercept form. Now, in this form, y stands alone without any, and its coefficient is 1, right? So, once you do that, you will get this particular form. For example, let us take a first problem. First problem is what? X plus 7y is equal to 0. Now, in this format, y stands alone. That means, first of all, let us keep this y term on this side and transfer this x on the other side. It will become minus x. Okay. Now, this y should have a coefficient 1. So, therefore, I will divide by 7. So, y is equal to minus x by 7. So, which can be written as y is equal to minus 1 by 7 x plus 0. Correct? Now, you can compare this equation with this equation and we will know everything about this form. So, this is y is equal to mx. So, what is m here? M is minus 1 by 7. And what is m? It is a slope. Okay. And what is the y-intercept? Y-intercept here is equal to 0. So, that is the complete answer to this particular solution. All that you need to do is reduce this coefficient of y to 1 and transfer all the terms on the other side. You will always get y is equal to mx plus c. Now, let us have a look at the second problem. So, let us look at the second problem now. The second problem is 6x plus 3y minus 5 is equal to 0. Now, I have already given you in the first question that you have to reduce in this particular format. In this format, y stands alone. So, first of all, I will keep only the y terms wherever they are right now and shift all the terms on the other side so that it is minus 6x plus 5. Okay. Now, I want the coefficient of y to be 1 and not 3. So, I will divide throughout by 3. So, it will be y equal to minus 6 upon 3 plus 6 upon 3 x plus 5 upon 3. Correct? So, now I have got the format y is equal to minus 6 upon 3 is equal to minus 2x plus 5 upon 3. So, here you can clearly match with this form so that m here is minus 2. M is minus 2 and y-intercept is 5 by 3. 5 by 3. Correct? So, this is how the problem has to be solved. Okay. So this is the second question. Now have a look at the next question. Okay. Third question is, the equation itself is in the form y equal to 0. So y has already coefficient 1, so there is no change here. So this is like y is equal to 0x plus 0, correct? So this is in a y equal to mx plus c form. So here slope, which is equal to m, which is equal to 0, and y-intercept is equal to 0, correct? So therefore, this is the way we can transform this equation. And always remember y equal to mx plus c. If you draw the graph of this line, so the graph will be like this. This is the line, right? The slope is, this is a y-intercept. This is the y-intercept, okay? This is the y-intercept and slope is m, okay? So this y-intercept we have found out and all this problem is over, okay? Now, look at the second problem. Reduce the following equations into intercept form and find their intercept on the axis. Now, what is intercept form? First of all, let us understand what is intercept form. Intercept form. Intercept form is of this type: x divided by a plus y divided by b is equal to 1. This form is called intercept form, where a is the x-intercept, and b is y-intercept. If you want to see the diagram of this is nothing very simple. This is the line, right? And this is A and this is B. Okay? So this is what x-intercept and y-intercept is about. So I want to bring this equation in this particular format. That means I will have to make the left hand side 1, right? And all the terms in x and y side should be on one side, whereas on right hand side there will be a constant term and that should be reduced to 1. So that is how I will do it. So first look at the first question. What is the first question? It is 3x plus 2y minus 12 is equal to 0. Okay. So my first step will be transfer this constant term on this side. So that means 3x plus 2y is equal to 12. Correct? That is my first step. So this implies 3x plus 2y is equal to 12. Now I want this coefficient to be, this constant term to be 1. So I'll divide by 12 throughout, right? So that means 3x divided by 12 plus 2y divided by 12, and this is 12 divided by 12. So as a consequence of this division, you will get x upon 4 because this 3 can be cancelled. Then here it will be y upon what? 6, and 12 upon 12 is 1. Correct? So you can compare this form with this form and you will come to know. So we have completed our job, and 4 is x-intercept. 4 is x and 6 is y-intercept. Correct? So we have done this problem. Okay? Now the next one. Let us have a look at the next problem. Next problem is also very simple. 4x minus 3y is equal to 6. Okay? Fortunately, one step is less here because constant term is already on the right hand side. So all I have to do is make this coefficient 1, this constant term 1. So I'll have to divide throughout by 6. So that means 4x upon 6 minus 3y upon 6 is equal to 6 upon 6. So 4 upon 6, that gives you 2x upon 3. This gives me y upon 2. This gives me 1. Okay. But still, this numerator x should not have any coefficient except 1. So this 2 I don't want here this 2. So I'll take it denominator's denominator. That means this will be x divided by 3 by 2, right? Minus y divided by 2 is equal to 1. Now you can see clearly that it is in the form, or let us look at it like this: x divided by 3 by 2 plus y divided by minus 2 is equal to 1. This is precisely the intercept form. So here x-intercept is 3 by 2 and y-intercept is minus 2. So clearly x-intercept is 3 by 2 and y-intercept is minus 2. Correct? That is how this problem is to be solved. Okay? And whenever you write the solution, you don't forget to write this implication sign. Implies, implies, implies. Okay? So this is how the best way of writing the problem. Fine? So let us finish this problem now. Okay? Now, there is a third problem involved here, and that is 3y plus 2 is equal to 0. 3y plus 2 is equal to 0. You will be surprised. There is no term in x at all. So what does this mean? This means 0 multiplied by x plus 3 multiplied by y is equal to minus 2. I can write it like this. 0 multiplied by, see, there is no x term, so I will multiply it by x, 0. So I will divide by minus 2 here so that I can make this 1. So 0 multiplied by x divided by minus 2 plus 3 divided by minus 2y is equal to 1, right? But 0 upon minus 2 is still 0. So there is, so this will be equal to what? X upon minus 2 by 0, right? Plus y upon minus 2 upon 3 is equal to 1. But minus 2 upon 0 is infinity. That means the line cuts x-axis at infinity. What does that mean? That means it has no x-intercept at all. It has got only y-intercept, and y-intercept is minus 2/3. So this line is actually parallel to x-axis because it does not intersect x-axis because this is infinity. That is not possible. And at minus 2 by 3, that means this length is minus 2 by 3. The line goes like this. So it is parallel to x-axis and it goes to infinity. It has no x-intercept at all. Okay. Now students, have a look at the third problem. Third problem is based on a totally different formula. Find the distance of a point minus 1, 1 from this particular line. Okay. Now, the relevant formula I will write here. You should memorize this formula. The distance, some formula is like this. The distance of a point x1, y1 from the line ax plus by plus c equal to 0, ax plus by plus c equal to 0 is given by the formula modulus, because it's a distance, and remember it's a perpendicular distance, modulus of a multiplied by x1 plus y multiplied by y1 plus c divided by square root of a square plus b square. Correct? So this is the perpendicular distance. Distance with perpendicular. If this is a line and this is a point, if this point has coordinates x1, y1, then this perpendicular distance is given, and this line has equation ax plus by plus c equal to 0. So this is the formula. So you take this a, you replace this x by this x1, this y by y1, and divide by a square plus b square. So for example, here the point is given to be minus 1, 1. Okay. And equation of the line is given to be 12 multiplied by x plus 6, right, is equal to 5 multiplied by y minus 2. It is very clear that they have deliberately given the equation in a slightly different format. The format has to be this. Format has to be this. What is this format? There is a term in x first, then there is a term in y, then there is a constant term, and right hand side is 0. Fine. So we'll have to make necessary changes here. So that will be 12 x plus, what is 12 into 6? 72, right? And this is equal to what? 5y minus what? 10. Okay. Now our job is to bring all the terms on the one side. That is 12x, 12x plus, 12x minus 5y, okay? And this minus 10, 72, this minus 10 on this side becomes plus 10 is equal to 0. Finally, we get 12x minus 5y plus 82 is equal to 0. 12x minus 5y plus 82 is equal to 0. This is exactly in this form. So A is 12, B is minus 5 and C is 82. Correct? Now, x1, y1 is this. This point is x1, y1. So all I have to do is I have to identify each term here. So A I know 12, x1 I know, B I know, y1 I know and C I know. So therefore the distance will be given by A, which is what? 12. What is x1? Minus 1. B is minus 5. What is y1? 1 plus 82 divided by square root of A square, that is 12 square plus minus 5 square modulus. Okay. So what does that mean? That means minus 12 minus 5. Minus 12 minus 5 is giving you minus 17. So minus 17 plus 82. So 82 में से 17 गया, so that will be around say 82 में से 17 गया. So let us write down 82 minus 17. So this gives you what? 5 and this is 65. Correct? So therefore it will be 65 divided by 12 square, which is 144, right? And minus 5 square is 25, correct? So this will be equal to what? 65 divided by root of 169, which is equal to 13, because square root of 13. So that is 65 upon 13. So this is divisible. So the answer is 5 units. So this is how this problem is to be solved. Remember, all that you have to remember is this formula. Once you get this formula, you should know what is A, what is B stands for, and what is C. I'm very sorry, here it is wrong. It should be BY1. Okay, so fine. I hope you pardon my mistake. Okay, fine. Have a look at the problem number 4. Find the points on x-axis whose distances from this line are 4 units. Okay. So you all know that this is a double intercept form. That means it is an intercept form of the form x divided by 3 plus y divided by 4. This is equal to 1. Okay. So this is the line. So this is an x-intercept and this is a y-intercept. So if I draw the diagram would look like this. So this is x-axis, this is y-axis, and this is the line, right? And this intercept is 3 units because x-intercept is 3 units and this intercept is 4 units. Okay. This is how the problem is. Now we want to find out those points which are at a 4 units distance from this line. Okay. So on x-axis there are points, right? And those x-axis points are at a distance 4 units. Okay. So something like say let us take this, suppose this distance is say 4, right? So this is a 4th distance. Okay. So this distance has to be 4 and this point is on what? X-axis, right? So we want to find this point such that its perpendicular distance from this line is 4 units. But the point lies on x-axis, so therefore its x-coordinate is unknown to us. So I will call it x1 and y-coordinate is what? 0. Okay. So therefore this is how the line is. Okay. Now we'll put this equation in the proper form. That means the standard equation form. So I'll write it like this. 4x plus 3y divided by 12 is equal to 1, right? So which means this is 4x plus 3y is equal to, not 1 here, not 12 here, 1. And then now we'll transfer this to 12. Okay. So 4x plus 3y equal to 12, which means 4x plus 3y minus 12 is equal to 0. So this is now in the standard format. Standard format is what? Ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. So this is the form, right? And according to, now this x1 here we do not know. So 4x1, so 4x1 plus 3 multiplied by 0 minus 12, this divided by square root of 4 square, that is 16, plus 3 square, which is 9, right? This modulus, this distance, we want to be 4 units. Is it clear? So this is the point x1 comma 0. So I'll substitute here in place of x and y as x1 and 0, and I get this equation, this mod. So that means now if I remove this diagram, then I'll come to while you get this. So it is be mod of 4x1 minus 12 divided by, now 16 plus 9 is 25 and the square root is 5, and this unit has to be equal to 4. Okay, fine. Now let us remove this modulus sign. When you remove this modulus sign, the right hand side will have two signs, plus or minus. So 4x1 minus 12 divided by 5 is equal to plus or minus 4, because it's a mod, right? So therefore 4x1 minus 12 is equal to plus or minus 20. Okay, that means we have 4x1 is equal to plus or minus 20 plus 12. Now if you take plus 20 plus 12, it is 32. Or minus 20 and plus 12, then it is minus 8. Okay. So that is for 4x1, right? We want to find out value of x1, right? So you divide by 4. So x1 is equal to 8 or minus 2, correct? So the points on x-axis which are at a distance 4 units are given by 8, 0. So the answer is 8, 0, and second answer is minus 2, 0. Minus 2, 0. Correct? So this is the answer of this particular problem. That is the end of it.